Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Alright, well I know I've done a whole lot of Shaman runs recently, but given the choices, I've got a Warlock run just waiting to go. So, just Shaman again. Now, the advantage is Shaman, as far as I can tell, is one of the best classes for this. Let's see, Sea Giant is okay. Doomsayer is interesting but weird. Doomhammer, that's like solid. Yeah, Shaman feels like one of the best classes. Oh man! Frostshock is fine. Against some other cards I would probably choose it, but Flametongue Totem and Bloodlust are both super powerful. I think I have to... The more Flametongue Totem, like, the more of those the better. But I think I have to take Bloodlust because I might not get another one, and it's more like having one or two Bloodlusts is more important than almost anything else in terms of being able to just randomly win sometimes. Got a bonus rare already. Ancestral Spirit is pretty good. But no, Azure, like the Twilight Drake can be very fat. The Azure Drake draws me a card, and spell damage is hopefully I'm going to get a bunch of many amazing damaging Shaman spells, so let's go with that. Windspeaker is in the medium size range. She's actually not very efficient for 4 mana in terms of his own stats, but you get a decent creature in addition to the spell Wind Fury effectively. And Wind Furying something is, because it's like a damage multiplier, is one of the best ways to achieve victory. Oh my god, the cards I've had so far. The rest of this deck is going to be horrible, I can tell, because I'm just getting too much good stuff up front. How am I supposed to pick here? Like, here's the thing. I actually have to take the Lightning Storm. It doesn't matter how much I like these other cards. Having more Lightning Storms almost is about the most important thing I can do. But it's so hard because if I can get more spells, the Auctioneer is a fat creature and a potential card-drawing engine. And the Mana Tide Totem is a card-drawing engine without doing anything. All you have to do is be able to protect it. And even if you don't, it still is kind of like a 0/3 taunt. I have to take Lightning Storm. I can't not take Lightning Storm. Drawing a card's okay, but you're fatter. I don't have anything actually fat yet, so I'm going to take the War Golem. I also probably I'm probably not going to have many weapons, so I'm going to be less likely to trigger the deckhand there. Based on what I have so far, I actually need smaller creatures more than I need bigger ones. It's hard to turn down a Hex, but I have to make sure I do have enough creatures to get through here. They have some decent removal. Oh, man. Hex would be super good, but the Harvest Golem is also going to help me fight through things and win. Honestly, the Stranglethorn Tiger is something that I can Windspeaker and just, like, crush my opponent. You know, I'm going to take the Hex as much as I want the other ones. I'm going to keep getting minions. I might not keep getting removal. Brewmasters are pretty good. I think I'm going to take another Hex. And it's probably just going to pile on the Hexes now. Oh my god, I got another Lightning Storm. This is my regular rare. This is not like another 17th bonus rare, but I don't think I have the stuff to combo with him, and I'm probably not going to. Secret Keeper is pretty weak, so obviously Lightning Storm. Now I have to start prioritizing minions, and here's a good one. I need some smaller stuff for sure, but Fire Elementals are super powerful. See, now, he's pretty good, but I have to take one of these smaller ones. I need to get some survivability there. I like 2/3 better than 3/2. I wish the Acidues were a 2/3. It would be probably too good then. But I'm going to take the Acidues because it does have like a powerful ability, and the Croc does not. It's tempting to take more hexes, but I think I'm good for that. Do I want the Rocketeer for surprise killing power? I think I need the Jungle Panther because I need to have more stuff I can play early in the game. My deck's casting cost, I have about a third of the cards already, and my casting cost curve is high. So much 5. The Bodyguard is pretty good. Frost Shock would be good. I think I'm going to take the Geomancer because even if I already have 2 Lightning Storms, I might not get any more damage dealing spells for all I know, but boosting the damage of an area spell is very worthwhile, and I do need some cheap things. Although 2 cost is not great. I mean, I can make a totem for 2, but totems don't do all the things you need. It still wouldn't hurt to have this. And he's cheap enough, Geomancer and Lightning Storm is only 5 mana. So you can do that early in the game. Relatively early. The second Bloodlust, another minion, which would be good. He's pretty tough. Or the Flame Tongue Totem. I'm going to take the Flame Tongue Totem. I need more stuff that can beat down. Even though the Bloodlust is amazing, and I mean, I could, even without all this stuff, I could just have lots of totems, but I need more actual things that I'm going to be able to put out earlier in the game. You're too expensive, you're trash, and Stormforged Axe is pretty awesome. Plus, I don't have many weapons, so that'll help out in the early game stuff, hopefully. Frost Elemental is pretty good, but inferior to Fire Elemental. And even though I'd rather have 4 cost stuff, I'd rather have Yetis than most things, I have to take Fire Elementals because they're so awesome. Raid Leader, the Snapjaw, or the Acid Ooze? The Acid Oozes don't have stats that I like, but I mean, I don't really like the Oasis either. Quill was making a good point that in the arena, it's actually fairly likely to go 2-to-1. My other choices are not fabulous. The Raid Leader is not bad, but I don't want to I don't want to have too many things that rely on me having multiple totems out, because often people do actually kill the totems. When you need them to not kill the totems, they're going to kill the totems. And even then, it's like if I have 2 totems out, I play him, and then I can hit with 2 1/2s, and then what? It's not that spectacular. So Acid Ooze does fight weapons, and it is a 3/2 for 2. Snapjaw, which is pretty weak, but it's tough. I'm going to take the Acid Ooze. It's too hard for me to pick the turtle. Cult Master we're taking. Hopefully I can get some totems out and get that thing going. I'm not going to have Murlocs. Demolisher, I like the Demolisher a lot, and my inclination is to just immediately pick this. But I have to think, because the Light Warden, if I get a healing totem, the Light Warden goes crazy. Like, if I can just get the healing totem to do, like, if I have a couple of damaged minions at the end of my turn, a healing totem will just go, give this +2 attack for every minion it heals. It's crazy. Plus, this works off your opponent's healing, if that matters. But as a first turn play, it's not really like that awesome for me, because it can't kill a 2/2 or a 3/2, and I'm unlikely to be able to trigger that healing. That would be like a lucky combo. The Demolisher is going to be a more reliable way to fight things off. Wind Fury, a Raging Morgan, or a Dark Iron Dwarf. The Morgan's so powerful if it goes off, but it's so hard for it to survive a lot of the time. I'm going to take the Dark Iron Dwarf. I'm going to hope I have a totem and I can at least, like, trade a totem for something. Dust Devil is not good unless you can protect it. Do I take a 3rd Hex? I'm in danger of having too many hexes, but on the other hand, if I'm not, it does let me start hexing things that are like 4/4s and bigger, and not worrying too much. If I'm hexing things, there's more time to keep making totems that I can then try and do stuff with Dark Iron Dwarves, or mostly Bloodlust. I am going to have so much stuff for killing minions, it's just that the deck's going to take a little while to ramp up. Almost wondering about the Goldshire Footman. I know he's sad, but He costs 1, and he has taunt. That's not too bad. Like, I like him better than that 2/2 orc for 2. I like the Footman better. Because there's that thing where if he's a first turn play, then your second turn you can use your summoner ability, or whatever, your ability. 2-mana creature is getting in the way of using your ability. And then the other thing is, later in the game, like way later on in the game, there's not going to be much difference between the 1/2 and the 2/2. It's just going to be a chump blocker with taunt that's going to die. So if you draw him late in the game, it might as well be this guy. Assuming you still have other cards in your hand, because you'd be more likely to be able to play him and some other stuff. Oh well, whatever. For all the talking, just take the cards that are good and hope it ends up okay. Do I want my choice of Brewmasters or a Flesh-Eating Ghoul? I'm going to take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I need the cheaper stuff. He's more survivable than this, but he's cheaper than that guy. And he might end up with a bigger attack. Do I have that much? I have 2 Acid Oozes, Dark Irons, Windspeaker. I have a fair amount of Battlecry stuff. It's all a little bit expensive to be taking the big Brewmaster. He also lets me bounce a totem, which is a weird thing that you could do, potentially. He is a 5/4 for 4. Like, he's pretty beefy. Oh, man. Tough choices. All my 3-cost plays are, like, killing stuff. I don't have that many minions that are 3-cost. I'm going to take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Probably not the right choice, but I don't know. Forked Lightning I want. Rockbiter is pretty good. I don't have that much. Well, with Doomhammer, it let me do 5 for 2 attacks. And I've also got the Windspeaker. So that's a couple things that can use this. And I don't give this thing enough credit. It is very flexible because I can use it on myself, and that's an additional attack that I could make. Or I can use it on any minion that's ready to attack, and it's surprise damage. I always feel like it's inferior because they're comparing it to the Paladin one, which is the same thing, but it's only minions and it's permanent. The flexibility of this thing, that you can use it on yourself or a minion, is pretty good. And then the fact that you're a shaman, so you have access to Wind Fury, does make it not really a worse card. It's just different. But it feels like an empirically worse card, you know, when you don't take into account the meta. I need to take the Forked Lightning, though. It's Forked Lightning. All my removal would be like AoE, but I'll also have the hexes. That's true, I'm going to be hexing things. Forked Lightning killing a hex would save me an attack, too. So we'll do that. You're garbage. This is an interesting choice, kind of, because I have a lot of fat things. So this might actually get to heal 2 or 3 or more hit points. And also I could give taunt to like a Fire Elemental or something. On the other hand, Wind Fury on a Fire Elemental that is ready to attack is a good way to win the game. How am I going to do on the surviving? I don't know if I'm going to survive long enough to play. I have all this great late game stuff, but I have to live that long. I'm going to draw this, and I'm going to be ticked off that it's just Ancestral Healing, but Wind Fury, I'm going to draw it, and it's just going to sit in my hand and wait for the right time. No. I'm going to take the Ancestral Healing. I don't have that much taunt in here. I'm a little bit worried about it. You have surprise killing power, but you have more just like staying on the battle path. I have a lot of like late game power. I'm not as worried about this. So I'm going to take the Silverhand Knight. Even out of those, I should probably think about the Goldshire Footman, but how can I not take one of the big things that's scary? You know what? He's taunt. I do have 2 weapons. Like, there's a chance he'll be cheaper. It's not that big a deal. Mostly he's an expensive bears that may randomly be a cheap bears. But I think I'm going to take the Mad Bomber because I'm worried about that early game survival. And yeah, I'm actually not going to take him, even though I like him for a lot of things. I'm really worried about my like early game. I'm going to take the Brewmaster. Fairy Dragon, that'll help out my early game. So, although I have a lot of 2-cost stuff, actually. Maybe I'll take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I should have taken the Fairy Dragon. I'm already regretting that. That was a dumb choice. Do I take the Lava Burst or the Twilight Drake? Oh, man. Okay, how many minions do I actually have in here? Well, we'll count non-minion cards, because there's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Weapons are kind of like minions, but 8 or 9, 10. It's not that bad. It's just a third of my deck is going to not be minions if I take the Lava Burst. It already almost is. Twilight Drake could be fat, but the Lava Burst is like, that's a 5 damage spell. You can kill your opponent with that. It's like, this compares pretty favorably to the Rocketeer. You can kill your opponent, you can kill a minion. This costs less than the Rocketeer, even counting the Overload. I don't know if I'm going to have enough mid-range creatures, but I'm going to take the Lava Burst anyway because I'm addicted to direct damage. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I have a lot of killing power in the Shaman deck. It doesn't have Lightning Bolts, which are good. It only has 1 Fork Lightning. It doesn't have a lot of really cheap removal, is the problem. But somewhere, for 3 mana, I can probably kill whatever I need to kill. And then I do have some late-game hitting power, I feel like.
Brawl versus Jaina.
It's maybe not as much as I thought, because I ended up with just so much like 3-cost stuff. I'm getting rid of you. I'm actually going to get rid of this too. I'm going to hope I get some of... I have a fair number of like 2 and 3-cost cards in here now. Oh no, now I wish I kept the Dark Iron Dwarf. This is super late game. Oh, so is that. Oh, this is... This deck's going to do this a lot. I'm probably going to have a lot of slow starts, which is what I was worried about, which is what diluted my card pool. I almost should have just given up on the idea of having fast stuff and just taken all fat, but then I'd just lose to anyone who gets a really fast start. Yay, taunt. At this stage, I don't think it really mattered what one I got, although taunt is generally one of the better ones. It would have been awesome if my taunt had eaten that 1 random damage. Put out the Demolisher is definitely getting killed. Probably play him if she plays 1 minion, there's a 50-50 chance that she can just trade this to kill it. And actually, this won't even die. Oh, that's no good. This is such a bad set of stuff for the turn. Why couldn't I have had this last turn? If I play this, I'm only going to have 3 mana the next turn as well. So I'm just screwed. Oh, that's right. She doesn't need to play a minion and do that. She can also just shoot it. I'm so not in a good place right now. Next turn I'm only going to have 3 mana because of the Overload. I'm going to have to use the Axe though, because I can kill this and next turn maybe kill something and get a safe landing zone for my Demolisher. Ow. Okay. That's a little scary, but she may not have what she needs to make it work. I guess if she does, I can hex it. But now, activate a Demolisher and kill this guy, even though I'm taking a horrendous beating already. If she has a silence for this, or can give it taunt, either way it's going to be pretty rough. I'm hoping that's a I don't have anything good, not a so many good choices, what will I do, sort of,
I wonder.
So do I. All will become clear when you actually do something. I was wrong. Nothing became clear. Yeah, he can eat shots from that, although I'm not complaining too much. So now I have 5 mana. I should bloodlust this guy and do something stupid. No. So I have a problem. in that making a totem won't trigger Mirror Entity, and I'm worried that's a Mirror Entity. Tempted to Windspeaker this thing, except that it happens to be one of the things with one attack, which is... Even 2 attack, it might be worth using the Windspeaker to try and draw out a Mirror Entity, but with 1 attack, it's garbage. I guess step 1 is to attack and find out whether or not it's triggered by attacks. Vaporize? Okay. Yeah. That's... Mirror Entity was much more worrisome because it prevented me from acting. Although I do wish I could have played the Cult Master before doing that, but that would have defeated the purpose of the investigation. I still can't do anything good. It's kind of bad. I'm going to make a totem and that. Woohoo! I sense bad things about to happen. Although I almost have enough mana. I will, like, next turn have enough mana for Fire Elemental.
My shield for Argus.
Yeah, that's kind of predictable. So, one option is I could go Hex that, kill it with my axe, and then trade this for that guy. Which feels pretty good. It's using like 1 1/3 cards. I'm not taking any damage because I'll have hexed him first. But that only leaves me with 3 mana to do anything, which I can't really do anything with. I don't really want to Lava Burst that guy because the overload will hurt a lot.
What to do?
I suppose I can just play the Fire Elemental, shoot him, and then finish him off with this. Just wasting the size of this thing's attack, but I'll be left with this and a Fire Elemental against that guy. I could clear the board if I Fire Elemental him and then hit it with my axe and then use that to kill it. I take 5 damage, but you know what? If it clears the board, it might be what I have to do. This is such a stupid plan, I don't like it, but if I didn't do that, then the 2/3 plus Fire Blast would kill this, which feels like a bad thing. If for some bizarre reason both of these things are alive next turn, I could Windspeaker him and it'd be amazing, but no. Oh well. I did clear the board, but taking 5 damage was a severe price, and I don't have good stuff out to do anything with right now. I'm going to have to waste the Windspeaker in the interest of having things out.
Feel the power.
I'm wasting him, but next turn, if I have a chance to trade for some minions, then I can do that with the Cult Master out and draw cards for it. Boy, do I have a handful of killing. Right now, if I Bloodlusted, I could hit my opponent for 7 plus 9, 14 damage, so that's unfortunate. But I had to play enough stuff to make her do that, is another part of the problem. I have a handful of the wrong things, but on the other hand, now that I've got... Like, early in the game it was rough making decisions. Now that I have enough mana, I can probably just blast anything she can put out. And I'm just hoping that she can't just burn me down and ignore armies altogether at this point, because I'm at half. Half is bad. Okay. Like, I have my choice. I even have the spell damage out. Oh, yes. I can't get out much of an army, but I can just start beating her face in with Doomhammer and use all these other cards to kill everything. I still wish I could leave him alive with his ability, but I don't have any way. I have to kill him or deal with a 7/6. I certainly can't deal with a 7/6. So do I just Lava Burst him? Which might be excessive, but then I'll still have the Hex. I'll still have the Bloodlust and all my forces. Yeah, I'll have like 4 less mana. Next turn I'll only have 6 mana instead of 10, but I don't know, that's working out pretty good. Yeah, let's do this. Time's up. Let's do this. Doomhammer, if it doesn't get acid oozed, is 16 damage to my opponent. It's going to take a long time to do it, probably going to end up using some of it to kill minions, but that's one card for 16 damage if I can last long enough and cover it.
One shot, one.
Aww. I wish I had enough mana for a totem in addition to the other stuff last turn.
My eyes are open.
That's not helping. That's kind of helping. So, Forked Lightning for 3. Oh, I have to kill this because it's going to freeze me and stop me from attacking. That's very annoying. Ooh, I might have to hex it.
What to do?
I'll save my hex for after the Forked Lightning. Forked Lightning might kill these guys. Or, no, wait. Because what I'm thinking is I want to, like, whatever I hex, I can then just kill with this. If I hex that now, then I can kill it first. Forked Lightning's guaranteed to kill both of these guys, and then I can continue on.
What to do?
Although all I'm making for the turn is a totem. But we're going to do that. I got more hexes coming. And the freezing ability is actually really relevant, because if it freezes my champion, then I can't use Doomhammer worth a damn. Doomhammer has become my entire game strategy for this match. Which is not great, because it's actually not going to, like, kill her. I still need to get out this guy and protect him, and or have an army that I can Bloodlust. Bloodlust is super, super powerful as, like, a force multiplier, but unlike the Druid's Roar, it doesn't count your hero. So, Roar is super good, because it's so cheap. I tend to think Roar is better than Bloodlust, but there's an advantage. Like, Bloodlust is less cost efficient, but it's still, you get so much damage from the one card that it's probably worth it. Still got mana locked from that thing. So for 8 mana, I can only do, like, I can either do... This is actually not working out right. This is bad. I have no good way to kill him. I would have to take 8 damage to finish him with Wind Fury if I shot him for 3. That's no good. He does only hit for 4, unless he's boosted somehow, though. This guy could one-shot him. I'm thinking I need to put out this guy. It sucks, because it means I can't make a totem again, which is horrible. I need to get out totems for the Cult Master and or Bloodlust. But I need this guy to fight that thing.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
And actually, I kind of need to save the last 2 uses of this, because I might need them to kill minions. As much as I want to just do damage to her with it, I've hit her for 10 with that thing, so I already got 10 damage for that 7 mana, but... Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. That also sucks. That was a good choice for her to kill that Wind Fury totem. Where were you all my life? No, I think I'm just screwed now. She can dispense with my forces too easily. I wish I could play these two and this. I'm thinking of playing just these two because this guy will draw aggro. I'm not going to get cards from him anymore, which is horrible, but he will draw a lot of aggro. What do I shoot for 3? I guess this thing because it's the hardest to kill.
What to do?
So tempting to hit that for 2, but it's kind of dumb to do it in advance. I don't know what's going to happen. It's probably going to kill this, but who knows. Not good. The funny thing is, I kill this with the hammer, I still get frozen. Ow. Aww! That's pretty miserable. That is not what I need. Getting low. She has a Pyroblast, you can just kill me, but hopefully she doesn't have a Pyroblast. It's an epic card, and she's drawn not much more than half her deck. Damn it. That is really, really unfortunate. This is why having multiple Bloodlust isn't necessarily the most... Oh, why did I do that first? That was dumb.
Wanna blow something up?
Doesn't really matter at this point. I'm toast. There's no way I'm killing her before she can do 6 damage to me. Even if she has no more cards. I don't have a good way to kill this, and this guy's like 3 damage. And then, like, if she literally could not draw a card ever again, I would still have a hard time pulling out a win here. With her being able to shoot me for 1 every turn.
What to do?
And knock me down to 3 first. It'd be like Bloodlust, trade, and hit you for 3.
Squire, attend me.
And of course, she does get more cards. Lightning Storm's not even going to get me very far.
Your magic shall not save you.
Wow. Now it's much worse. Yeah, I'm still frozen. Awesome. Yeah, woo! Game over. I did have a horrible slow starting hand, to be fair. Like, god-awful slow. Thing is, if she'd been putting out big things early on, I could have handled those better than most decks, but she was just putting out efficient things as she went along, and taking advantage of her ability to help kill off my stuff, and I wasn't able to face it. I think I probably don't have enough strong mid-game minions. I didn't get, like, the Yetis and stuff that I needed. I have Dark Iron Dwarves. I mean, I'm sure I could have drawn stuff in a better order and won that game, because later in the game I was drawing all my early game shit. Anyway, we'll see if I can pull this out and do a little bit better next time. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button, or on your touchscreen, please lick the like button. Warning, licking the touchscreen is not recommended.